Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make a gravity-dyed scrunch twist shirt. This shirt is one that I purchased from Costco, and it's a DKNY brand, and it's made from 100% organic cotton. I've started by drawing a diagonal line on the shirt from one shoulder of the shirt to the opposite hem of the shirt. I've laid the shirt on a piece of upside-down vinyl guttering, and I'm going to take parts of the line that I drew on the shirt, twist it kind of like I was going to spiral the shirt, and then grab another area, twist it the opposite direction, and scrunch them up next to each other. I'm going to continue that process until I have the entire shirt twisted and scrunched together. So the setup that I'm using for my gravity dye, I've placed a couple of plastic sawhorses outside, and in between the plastic sawhorses, I have a couple of long pieces of vinyl guttering, and that's what I have this shirt on, is one of the long pieces of vinyl guttering. For this shirt, I thought I would just use a couple colors. I'm going to use Undertow from Delula Company Dyes, and I'm going to use Lunar Blue from Custom Colors. I'm placing the undertow in three areas, or three of the kind of spiraled areas that I've done on the shirt, and I'm going to place the lunar blue in between those three areas of undertow. Now I'm going to add a little bit of additional dry soda ash right across these dyes and add on some ice. I'm going to add a pretty large chunk of ice because it'll take a little bit longer to melt. It's really hot here today. I think it's probably in the 90s, maybe the low 100s. Then because it doesn't stretch the entire length of the shirt, I'm going to add on an ice cube that I made from some larger silicone ice cube molds. Then I'm going to leave the shirt alone and allow the ice to melt. I came back after this layer of ice melted and added a couple more layers of ice. And I've included some process photos so you can see how the ice melted and how the dye kind of flowed down the shirt. The purpose of gravity dyeing is to allow the dye to naturally move down the shirt or streak down the shirt. So I continued adding ice as long as I had some undissolved dye left on top until the dye was all the way down to the outer edges of the shirt. Then I took the shirt and I placed it inside of a plastic tub or tote that I have a metal rack down in the bottom. Placed the lid on the tote and I left it outside so that it could process in the heat, but so that the shirt wouldn't dry out. This shirt is the shirt on top in the plastic tote. I left the shirt outside in the heat for probably about 24 hours after all the ice melted, and it got nice and steamy inside of the plastic tote. So after about 24 hours, I took it to my utility sink and I started to rinse it in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. With designs like this, I usually add quite a bit of dye to the top too, so that I can just keep adding some ice. So I normally will have a little bit of undissolved dye that I need to rinse off as well. After rinsing in cold, I warmed the water up to hot, and I rinsed in hot for just a little while to try to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. Blues are a little bit tougher to rinse out, so what I went ahead and did was added some really hot water to my utility sink, added a little bit of Blue Dawn dish soap to the water, placed the shirt inside, and allowed it to soak. When the water cooled off, I changed it out, and I continued that soaking process until my water was remaining almost clear. Then I put the shirt, along with some Dharma's professional textile detergent, into my washing machine, and I washed it using a hot water cycle. Okay, so the shirt has been washed, dried, and ironed, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so what do you guys think? I think this one looks really pretty. I like this kind of stormy sea look. It almost looks like maybe that's an angry wave with the little streaks of green and then the darker blue. And I love the dye flow in this one. You know, the way the dye is flowing away from that main line, but then even in that main line, there are wisps and swirls, and that comes from doing the twists in the shirt and then kind of pushing them all together. I really love the dimension. I love the dye flow. I just think it's really cool. I think it's a really pretty shirt. So the day that I gravity dyed this shirt, I gravity dyed some other shirts the day before, so I just kind of left all my setup outside underneath the trees. And when I went out to do the setup for this shirt, I looked down on the ground and there was a snake skin. So obviously someplace outside I have a snake that is roaming around. So the whole time I'm outside, I'm looking up to make sure there's not a snake gonna fall on my head while I am outside applying the dye to this shirt and the other ones that I was gravity dyeing at the same time. So I still haven't found the snake. I really don't know what kind it is, and I'm just hoping it doesn't find me. I don't really mind snakes, but I don't want to step on one by accident. So back to the shirt. I really love the shirt. I've never tried this brand. This is DKNY. And if you're noticing something down on the lower corner of the front of the shirt, that's a little metal branding thing that they've placed down there. It's just sewn on. So like I said, I really love this shirt. I think it turned out really pretty. I think Stormy Sea would be a great name for this shirt. But what do you guys think? Please drop me some comments down below and let me know. And if you've enjoyed the video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'll hit the bell, you'll receive a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.